What's up, people? This is your boy Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCrae. Hey, very few times where I'm just kind of like just chilling out and just allowing you guys to be able to just to vibe with me. So I said, why not? Let's just kind of vibe for a little bit. I hope somebody's out there in the world. Okay. Got any viewers? Oh, okay. We got a couple viewers. How's everybody doing out there? Give me some feedback. So this is y'all time to be able just to kind of chill and ask your boy Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCrae a good question. Or we can just chat and just kind of enjoy ourselves. You know what I mean? This is kind of like the end of the day. You know what I mean? The end of the work day for me, from grinding and numerous meetings and numerous ideas and brainstorming and goals. And it's been a long day. Just grinding. So sometimes I just like to just kind of chill out and just just kind of hang out a little bit. So very few times I'm just kind of hanging out on the Facebook Live, just chatting and so on. So I said, why not just do something a little bit different? So I just wanted to also invite you guys to the Art of Success. It's going to be incredible. The Art of Success Sunday is this week. I have an incredible announcement that I'm going to get ready to announce for everybody out there who've been supporting the whole movement. It's going to be an incredible announcement, so definitely make sure that you tune in. And it's just going to be great. You know what I mean? Thank you for all you guys out there who've been tuning in the Art of Success Sundays. Real quick, and I just can't wait. I can't wait. It's been a lot going on. I haven't really been sharing a lot of information about what's been going on, but there's been a lot going on, so you guys definitely stay tuned. Go to my website, malcolmmccrae.com. Sign up for my newsletter. It's free all day for my family and for my people like you. So what have I been working on and what's been kind of like recent? Kind of like going on is, of course, if anybody been doing or listening or watching to any of the promo that's been going on, we've been really hardcorely dropping a book. The book is incredible. The Art of Success, 10 Steps to Transform Your Life. Today we worked on finishing up the promo to be able to go out for we are working on the promotional that's going to be getting ready to hit all of the different editors and publishers of different magazines all across the country. We got about 4,000 publishers and different magazines from radio stations all the way to TV that we're going to be pushing real hardcore with the Art of Success movement. And man, I'm so excited because I've been working so hard on this book. Like, I've been in the dungeons, like really focusing on trying to really knock out this book. So the book is officially to the printer. Just got an email about an hour ago letting me know that it's already printed the first couple copies, and we should be having it back real soon. So I'm really excited about that. Big up to Brian Noto, my manager, publisher, for helping me push this thing. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long thing. This is something that I really wanted to be able to put out there because I get so many people that ask me, like, Malcolm, what are some of your keys to your success? As I travel around doing different speaking engagements, doing different events, I'm always getting questions about, like, what are some of your tools of your success and how people like yourself can be able to, use these tools in your life. So I just got tired of getting people asking me these questions. So I'm like, we got to put together a book. We got to put together a tool for any creative, any dreamer, any entrepreneur that's really trying to take your vision, your idea to the next level. This is a great tool for you because, like, I'm telling y'all straight up, like, it was a lot of work to be able to push this book out. You know what I mean? It was a lot of work because I really wanted to keep it honest. I wanted to keep it real. I wanted to share some stories with inside that and also give you guys some, like, realistic approaches on how to be able to attack your success, how to be able to attack your freedom, how to be able to focus in on pushing your dreams and your ambitions. And as an entrepreneur, as a dreamer, as a visionary, as an artist, as a creative individual, you're going to go through your ups and downs. It's part of the whole hustle. It's part of the grind, baby. You know what I mean? Don't take it personal. Believe me, if I take it personal, I wouldn't be here to this day. So as much as I want to say like thank you for all of my supporters, I guess I want to say also thank you for all of my haters, right? Because haters and people who are going against you make you stronger. They push you to your ultimate greatness because you're consistently having to go through different issues, different trials, different, tribulations, different objectives that you got to constantly jump over. So big up to my haters too. I'm not a hater on my haters, right? So, I just wanted to I just can't wait to the end of it. Y'all ain't really realizing, like, y'all just seeing some of the promo, y'all seeing the book just drop, but y'all don't really see the grind behind it. Like, we talking about a 10-city tour getting ready to come up, the Art of Success tour. So we working real hard behind the scenes to be able to get this tour cracking. We're talking about 10 cities, 10 of the hottest cities that, we didn't realize that really focusing on supporting your boy Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCrae. I love talking to third party, right? So we working hard, man, every day, grinding out. I'm just taking some time real quick just to reflect. Just to say thank you for all you guys who then pre-ordered the book. Thank you for all you guys who've been out there grinding, who understand, the sacrifices that got to be made. Thank you for all of you guys out there who tune in every Sunday for the Art of Success Sundays. You want to tune in this week, Sunday, right? You want to tune in because I got some incredible stuff I'm going to be dropping, right? Last week, I think we dropped the book last week, right? This week, I got a whole nother part of the book that I'm gonna get ready to drop, like, something that's gonna take it to the next level. So, you guys want to definitely stay tuned to that. I can't go too deep into what we got planned, but believe it, y'all. I've been getting all of y'all messages. Malcolm, when you gonna do this? Malcolm, when you gonna do that? Hey, but sometimes it's a process, and we have to take our time to be able to make sure that we're not rushing this process and just kind of like pushing throughout the process. So, if it's anybody out there, y'all want to chat, y'all want to ask some questions, this is your time to be able to ask some questions. Very few times, anytime you guys see me doing the Art of Success Sundays, very few times I'm live where I have an opportunity to be able to answer questions. So I want to just I'm going to start doing a couple of these where we're just going to be chatting, keeping it, very simple so you guys can be able to get some feedback, because it's important for you guys to be able to ask questions and get feedback on your success. And that's what I'm here to be able to do, to be able to share my story, share any kind of information that I can possibly share. So I hope everybody is doing okay out there. I hope everybody is having an incredible day. I know I'm having an incredible day. I've been grinding all day. Had to take a quick break, a quick pause in between the living, the creating, and inspiring, just to be able to give everybody an opportunity just to ask questions or just to say hello or whatever. And if you catch this live, I know it's random. Normally, anybody that knows me knows that I do hella pre-marketing. But every once in a while, I'm going to do a couple of these just where I can just speak freely and also give you guys an opportunity to be able to speak as well. So if you caught this live feed late, don't worry about it. Guess what? Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCrae is always checking his feed. So if you put a question underneath there and I don't answer it right now, guess what? I'll answer it, maybe in the next video. So feel free to, send me some love, send some questions, tag somebody, that might have a question. But the Art of Success book, it's been an incredible tool in my life, because, writing this book, these 10 chapters made me really focus in on stories, on my history, on things that I've been able to use in my life to be able to be successful. And I'm really convinced, I really know that this book is going to be an incredible tool for any visionary, any dreamer, any entrepreneur. If you got an idea, if you got a vision, if you got something that you was put on this earth to do, well, you need to be able to read this book, The Art of Success, 10 Steps to Transform Your Life. So we got to have a lot of stuff getting ready to come up in these next couple months. what I want to be able to push you guys to do right now, stop right now, go to my website, malcolmmccrae.com. Sign up for my newsletter. It's free. I'm sending out a newsletter. Right now, we're sending out a couple times a month, but in a little bit, we're getting ready to kick up the promo. We're getting ready to, I got some incredible content. I got a couple incredible tools that you guys are going to be able to use. Some of them are going to be visual, where you're going to be actually being able to print out certain sheets of PDFs, where you're going to be able to go through a whole different training where I'm going to be showing you how to be able to recondition your mind and recondition your subconscious. And then some of the other ones are going to be just more verbal, right? So I've been doing a lot of recording, been hardcore in the studio. Big up to all of my producers, my main producer who've been doing a lot of my beats. McTill, big up to my man McTill that's been dropping hardcore crack for your boy, you know what I'm saying? Big up to my boy Lupe Ray, you know what I'm saying? He's like the main production manager over the whole audio projects. Y'all gonna be hearing about it very, very soon, right? And big up to my boy Danny Roach. You know what I'm saying? He's my road DJ. If anybody ever seen me live, if you haven't seen me live, get ready to be ready, because I'm coming to your city, man. And we just been grinding. The whole team has just been really focused. You know what I'm saying? Pushing out. Big up to Pops. Pops has been on the team. Big up to my wife, Natalie McCrae. She's been on the team pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? So big up to my daughters, Ikea McCrae, my family. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's been, you know what I'm saying, heard about this new movement that we're putting together, the Art of Success, has been really pushing real hardcore. So I really appreciate everything. Big up to all you guys out there who didn't pre-order the book. And big up to everybody who hasn't pre-ordered the book. Go to right now to malcolmmccrae.com. Pre-order your copy, The Art of Success, you know what I'm saying, 10 steps to transform your life. And then, you know what I'm saying, I got some special gifts that I'm going to be giving away when you pre-order, right? So it's all love, man. It's all about support. And it's all about inspiring the next generation of entrepreneurs. It's all about inspiring people like you. It's all about, you know what I'm saying, sharing this message, right? To live, to create, to inspire. Because there's a lot of people out there dealing with a lot of pain. It's a lot of people out there who don't really believe they can be able to fulfill their dreams. It's a lot of people who put their dreams on a back burner for responsibilities, for bills, for, you know what I'm saying, car notes, for children, for all of these different things that, you know what I'm saying, as responsible people we take care of. But I'm here to let you know that your dream and your vision and your focus and your regular 9-to-5 job, like it's hard to be able to balance both ends out, you know, at the same time. So, you know, I got a lot of love for all of my dreamers out there, all of my supporters, everybody out there who has a vision to be able to want more in life, right? So it's so important, you know what I'm saying, to be able to stay true to yourself, stay true to your vision. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard grind. Like I said, big up to my man, you know what I'm saying, Danny Roach. You know what I mean? He done heard some of the new, I don't think y'all ready. Y'all think y'all ready, right? So you know your boy is an author, but we've been in the studio. Can y'all imagine what we got cooked up in the studio? Right? So we've been in the studio doing some incredible projects, right? And I can't wait to be able to bring these incredible projects to you guys, you know what I'm saying, to all the supporters, because without you guys, there would be no me. If you guys wasn't sharing, if you guys wasn't tagging, if you guys wasn't posting the videos, there would be no me. So thank you for investing in me. Thank you for investing in yourself. Thank you for taking the time to be able to sit down and think about your goals and your dreams and your ambitions. Thank you for giving yourself an opportunity to be able to think beyond your current circumstance. You know what I mean? That's so important, because without vision, without, you know what I'm saying, having the right people around you, you can't grow, right? So, you know, this is a time where I'm just like, hey, let's just chill out, give you guys some opportunities to kind of get on this Facebook Live. If there's any questions out there, this is your time to be able to ask questions. Very few times I'm giving you guys an opportunity to ask questions. So if it's anybody out there that just want to holler at your boy, and if you know, some people are very discreet. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying, ask a question on the Facebook Live, right? So they going to inbox me, right? A lot of people inbox me, Malcolm, I seen your live feed. I want to know about how do I go about this or so on. But I guess today I just want to just, you know, keep it brief. I just want to talk about a couple different ways of how you stay inspired, and then also how you juggle. See, I'm an entrepreneur, right? So I'm constantly juggling about 4 different businesses, and I'm like, right now we in May? My mind is all the way in August. And that's part of an entrepreneur, right? You always are thinking ahead of the game, right? So here we are in May, at the end of May, but my mind and even my business strategies and my marketing campaigns and everything that we got getting ready to come up is all built around like August, right? Anybody that knows me knows I go on tour. I go on tour like August, September. And I'm on the road grinding all the way into the beginning of the year. So I'm looking forward to that, man. I really enjoy touring. I really enjoy coming to your city. I really enjoy the love from all you guys out there when you come see me speak, when you come and I can be able to sign that book for you, when you come and you ask me for a coaching session, when you come and you tell me about your dreams and your ambitions. So I'm looking forward to that, you know what I mean? And then this summer, man, we got some incredible things planned for you guys. I'm getting ready to go back into the studio and my paint studio and do some new creations, you know what I mean? The book, the book was like birthing a baby, right? Anybody that's seen the Art of Success Sundays last week, the book is like birthing a baby. So I'm just so happy we got that part done, right? Because I feel like I've been pregnant, right? For like, what is it, 9 months, right? And I'm finally been able to birth this baby. I just got the email from the publisher and the printer. You know what I'm saying? Our first couple copies will be coming in very, very soon. So definitely go to the website, malcolmmccrae.com. Pre-order your copy. It's only $20, man, $19.99. And I guarantee this book will transform your life. If you follow the different steps that I put inside this book, The Art of Success, 10 Steps to Transform Your Life. If you really follow the different steps, you know what I'm saying, it would definitely transform your life. Believe me, you know what I'm saying, these are steps that have transformed my life. These are steps that I've watched some of my, you know what I'm saying, mentorees, how it's been able to transform their life. And you know what I mean, it's a tool. It's a tool for your growth. It's a tool for your success. It's a tool for your next level. For anybody who is like, man, I'm ready to get to the next level in my business, the next level in my life. You know what I'm saying? This is an incredible tool for that. So I'm looking forward to it. You know what I'm saying? I just got back home. I've been on the road. I was gone for about a week. Went up to Milwaukee, seen some family, and also, you know what I'm saying, did a small speaking engagement. Big up to Devon D. It was incredible. We did a men conference that was, man, that was incredible. So I'm still kind of like really hyped up about that. And we're gonna be coming through with the Art of Success tour coming through. So if you want me to come to your city, sign up to my newsletter, malcolmmccrae.com. It's free. Sign up. And, you know what I'm saying, tell me one reason why I should be able to come to your city. Why should I be able to come to your state, right? Why should I come to your university? Why should I come to your school? Why should I come to your church? Why should I come to your business? And we're going to be traveling the country. And one of the things that we're going to be really focusing on doing is exposing some other entrepreneurs. We're going to be doing a lot of interviews where I'm going to be interviewing a lot of entrepreneurs, visionaries, dreamers, other people just like yourself, so you can just get an idea. Sometimes, like when you're building your dream and you're building your vision, you got to be constantly inspired, and you also have to be around like-minded individuals. And sometimes it's hard to be around like-minded individuals. You might live in a small town. You might not have anybody around you that understands and sees your dream and your vision, right? So it's important that you have consistently, that you can plug in to other individuals all across the world. So we got this new project that we're working on that's going to really connect all these visual artists, all these different creatives, all these different entrepreneurs in one area online, so you guys can be able to grow and build. And then also we're going to be traveling across the country, so we want you guys to come out to the Art of Success boot camps. We want you guys to be able to come out to the Art of Success training, because once you come out, I guarantee it's going to change your whole perspective. The whole thing that we're really trying to do is transformation. Like I travel across the country and I do a lot of speaking and I do a lot of engagements, and one of the things that I realize is like I do a lot of 45-minute keynotes, meaning like I come in and for 45 minutes I'm on fire. But one of the things that I realized from my great mentor is that to really do the best that you need to be doing in my field, like you need to be able to transform. See, that's why we live. You need to be able to transform lives, right? And transformation comes from like a consistent growth, right? It's not like a one-time 45-minute feel-good kind of message. This thing is going to be giving you an opportunity to leave the whole tour, leave the whole presentation, leave the whole training with a full tour that can be able to show you how to be able to take your idea, how to be able to take your passion, how to be able to take your creativity and make cash out of it, like make a living off of it, because a lot of people are very talented, and you know what I'm saying, we know in this day and age a lot of people out there hurting as well. A lot of people dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of people are dealing with a lot of fear and a lot of different emotional hang-ups, right? So it's very important that we have and we create tools to be able to set people free. It was just so crazy, right, that I was just listening to this morning a great speaker that I really look up to, and that's anybody that knows me know I listen to motivational stuff always. I'm always listening to motivational tapes and so on. And one of my great mentors is Les Brown, man. This brother is incredible. If you haven't, you know what I'm saying, big up to Les Brown, man, for keeping this motivational thing going, right? And Les Brown, this morning I was listening to one of his tapes, and one of his tapes he talked about is, you know what I'm saying, when you die, I'm bringing it back. When you die, when you find yourself on your deathbed, right, you want to die empty. Like, what do you mean by that, Malcolm? We're talking about dying empty. Like, you don't want to die full. Like, you don't want to be dying with all these visions, these dreams, this ambition, all the ideas, all of the different shoulda, woulda, couldas. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to die empty. You want to go to your grave empty. You want to go to your grave with no regrets, right? So it's very important, because at the end of the day, when you are in that casket and they are driving you to this cemetery, believe me, there will not be a U-Haul. There's not going to be a U-Haul following your casket, you know what I'm saying, on your way to the funeral with all this baggage, with all of the things that you wasn't able to do, or all of the things that you think you're going to be able to take with you, right? So it's very important that you take the time out to be able to focus in on making sure that anything that you want to be able to do in life, it's never too late, man. That's why vision is so important, to be able to look past your current situation, right? It's never too late, right? So always focus in on the things that you want to be able to do in life. Focusing on the things that you want to be able to accomplish in life, because guess what? You want to die empty, man. You don't want to die full. You don't want to die with a whole lot of regrets, shoulda, woulda, couldas, and things that you should have done. And you don't want to die as a hater. There's nothing worse than a person who is full of regret. You know what I'm saying? They become old, they become senile. You know what I'm saying? They become a hater. They don't want other people to be able to do great things. You know what I'm saying? So they become a hater. So they stop other people's momentum. They stop other people's energy. They stop other people's dreams, right? So it's so important, though, as visionaries, as dreamers, as entrepreneurs, as musicians, as whatever your gift is, that you find outlets, you find people who can be able to motivate you, people like myself who can be able to coach you, who can be able to show you how to be able to stay, you know what I'm saying, focused, how you can be able to stay on your dreams and your ambitions, because I'm a walking testimony that through my life it hasn't been easy, man. I've been homeless at a young age. You know, man, I lost my mother at a young age, and I had every excuse on why not to be successful. So, you know what I mean, it's been plenty of nights, you know what I mean, where, you know, I didn't know, you know what I mean, I guessed and wondered if I was going to be able to make it, you know what I mean? So I'm just here to be able to let you know that it's worth it, family. I'm here to be able to let you know that all the sacrifices that you got to go through for your success, it's worth it. I know it might not feel like it's worth it. I know that sometimes the sacrifices that you make, people don't understand. You might not even understand, but I'm here to let you know at the end of the result. And let me tell you something, I'm still on my path to greatness, right? But I'm just here to be able to let you know, because, you know what I'm saying, it took me probably like 20 years of my life to really realize who I am, what I wanted to do, and what I wanted to focus my energy on. At one time, it was focused in on just making money, right? But I realized when I had the money, I wasn't happy, right? So in life, you always are going back. You always are reflecting on who you are. You know, you always are rebranding yourself. You always are rediscovering yourself. You always are saying, hey man, I'm gonna give myself an opportunity for growth, right? You're always saying, hey man, I'm gonna give myself an opportunity for better things in my life, right? So it's so important that we don't really be hard on ourselves. We're all gonna go through different things in life. Erica Ray, what's up? We're all gonna go through different things in life, but it's so important that we find strength, right? And sometimes the strength is hard because we have to realize that we have to find our why. We talked about that last week. We talked about having the commitment and having the focus to be able to find your why, your reason for pushing. For some people, it might be their kids. I mean, for me, it's my family. Like I just left Milwaukee, spending an incredible weekend with my family. My daughter's in Milwaukee, and anybody that knows me, my family, a lot of my close friends are in Milwaukee, and I go up there every month. But one of the things that I realized is that throughout my journey, I have to stay true to myself. And I turned down a lot of opportunities that other people might take, because I realized that those opportunities might not align up with my why, and that why is that reason why I do what I do. So it's important that like you focus in on that. It's important that you don't just jump, you know what I'm saying, for every opportunity, because every opportunity ain't your opportunity, right? It's a season for everything, right? So, you know what I'm saying, you have to stay focused to your ambition. You got to stay focused to what's in here, you know what I mean? Because there's so many distractions, there's so many people, there's so many situations where money or fame or this quote unquote success will pull you out of your character if you don't stay true to yourself. So, one of the things that I do is I try to stay grounded. I try to be able to make sure that I have people around me who keep me grounded. You know what I mean? Anybody that knows me knows that I mentor a large amount of people. And some of my people that I mentor, some people are, they can't afford to pay me, you know what I mean? And some people can't afford to pay me. And I'm very choosy on who I mentor. But one of the things that I realize is that through mentorship, it helps me build my infrastructure. It helps me find the right people who are on the right level and on the right track. And one of the things that I realize is that through mentoring so many different people, so many different entrepreneurs, so many different creative individuals, it helped me to be able to realize some of the traits and some of the problems that most of us have in our lives, some of the obstacles, even some of the excuses that we use on why we ain't doing what we want to do, right? So it's so important for us to be able to align ourselves with the right people, focusing on our dreams, focusing on our goals, you know what I'm saying? Write these things down. I did a post on Instagram today, and one of the things I was doing today is just writing down all of the different things that we're going to accomplish in the next 6 months. So I run my business, I run my life built around months. I'm built around like second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, because I realized that time moves so fast, especially when you get to my age. I ain't gonna tell y'all my age, especially when you become a OG, right? Time moves fast for all y'all young ones out there, your young bucks out there. I remember being like 19 years old, 18 years old, even 17 years old. Anybody that knows me know I've been an entrepreneur ever since I was a young buck. And when I was young, I felt like that I had all the time in the world, right? And I mentor quite a few of young entrepreneurs, young visionaries, young dreamers. And at times it feels like the time is going to last forever. But as you start growing, as you start building, as you start maturing as an individual, you realize that time ain't on your side, right? I'm 36 years old, and as I am climbing up scaffolding, doing mural projects, doing art and creative projects, I realize that my body is changing, right? My mind is changing. The things that I used to be able to do back in the day. And I ain't no old buck. I ain't trying to say that you still can't push. I ain't no old buck, right? Anybody know my dad? That's OG right there. That's the old bucks, right? But I'm just here to be able to let you guys know that, change is good. You're going to change in life, right? Some for the good, some for the bad. But change is always good, because change pushes you. Whether it's a negative thing in your life, or you feel like it's a negative thing, or it's a positive thing in your life, change is good. So, I inspire to be great. And when I look at my father's 67 years old, you know what I'm saying? And I look at any great elder in my life, one of the things that I always say is I hope to be so lucky to get to that age, right? I hope to be so lucky to be in that age and be healthy, right? So, you know what I'm saying, at times that we got to be able to count our blessings. We got to be able to stay focused. We got to be able to understand that if we don't do it now, there's no tomorrow, and we got to focus in on our dreams, our ambitions, the things that we want to be able to do in our lives right now, because tomorrow is not promised. And who wants to be able to go to their dead, who wants to die, you know what I'm saying, full of dreams, full of ambitions and things that you shoulda, woulda, could. Not me, right? So die empty, family, die empty. Spend your time right now getting all the things. Everybody has like a wish list, right? We have a thing, you know what I'm saying, where we write down all our ideas, or we think about it sometimes late nights, of things that we want to be able to do in life, right? Take your time to be able to focus in on those different things, because time is so short, man. Time is real short. Like I said, I just left Milwaukee, man. We talking about one of the most homicide, based cities in the country, right? And every time I go back to Milwaukee, every time I go back to go visit friends or visit family, I see these, I'm always, hearing stories of friends of mine who then got killed, who then got murdered, or people out there who then got hurt. You know what I mean? Time is so short. Like, time is one of those things that, if as an entrepreneur, as a visionary, as a dreamer, if you don't put value on your time, other people won't put value on your time. Like, and even all of my students, all of my students who know me, like, I'm very, time is money to me. Not even money, but like, time is something that I can never get back. So if you have a business meeting with me and you tell me you're going to be here at 2 o'clock, I'm calling you at 2:03, right? And some of my mentorees, they don't want to get that whooping, right? So we might have a consulting a schedule where I'm consulting them about different things that they need to do in their lives, right? And if you 10 minutes late, if you 15 minutes late, if you 20 minutes late, I'm constantly, with that whip. Sometimes they don't want to get that whooping, but I have to whoop them at times, because I realize, like, once I realized that, that once my 24 hours changed, once I really structured my 24 hours in a day, once I realized that I have to have a structured time to be able to read every day, once I realized that I have to have a structured time to be able to go work out in the morning, once I realized that I have to have a structured time to spend time with my family, my wife, my daughter, my whole life changed, because what's important that came into my life, and I put that in the forefront, and I was able to rework my whole life, rework my whole schedule built around my 24 hours. So I'm just here to let you know, family, like, time ain't on your side. Focusing on being able to pushing your dreams, pushing your goals, pushing your objectives, and don't wait, because I was just in a conference, I was doing a keynote at this men's conference, and somebody stood up and talked about the right timing, like, when is the right time to write your book? When is your right time to focus in your dream? Let me tell you something. My aunt told me this a long time ago. There's never a right time. There's never enough time. Just like having a child, they always talking about, like, you can prepare yourself all that you want, but it's never the perfect time to have a child. It's never the perfect time, to be able to build a family. So, and it's the same thing with life and your dreams and your goals. There's never a perfect time, right? So you have to be able to use time as a tool. You have to use time and build value in your time, right? So I don't allow people to come into my life to waste my time. Throughout my 24 hours inside of my day, I really focused in on, I look at blocks. So if I already have a schedule, if I already have an idea, if I already have some time wrote up into my everyday life, I don't break that time for nobody, right? So if you tell me, or if I already have a block, so every day I'm working on different goals. I'm working on different objectives that I have to be able to accomplish. Today, for instance, we worked on the marketing plan for the next 6 months. Right. So when I'm working on my marketing plan, I'm focusing on the time that it's going to take. I'm focusing on the time that it's going to take me to you know what I'm saying, to create the whole marketing plan, create the whole, the inserts, create the whole scripts, create everything that we need to be able to do to make sure that the tools are successful, right? But when I'm focusing on this thing, I can't have any distractions. I can't allow people to be able to come into my office when they feel like it. I can't allow phone calls just to be able to hit my phone when people feel like they want to be able to call me. You know what I'm saying? I can't allow me to be distracted with emails and Facebook notifications, because I'm focused in on my dream. I'm focused in on things that I have to accomplish in these next 6 months. And guess what? What I do in my life is I create systems in my life, so when the phone calls don't get answered, people know what to do. When people want to be able to get in contact with me, instead of complaining and talking about, oh man, people are blowing my inbox up, this and that, I create systems, I create people, or I create situations in my life to be able to help me become more strategically effective in my life. And that's so important, because I see so many people who complain, talk about what they don't have, talk about what they need in their life, or even begging, asking if they can get help to do something. But one of the things that I realized immediately is I asked somebody, what is your 24 hours looking like? What do you do at 8 a.m. in the morning? What are you doing at 12 noon in the afternoon? What are you doing at 2 p.m.? What are you doing at 4 p.m.? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing at 8 p.m. in the evening? And it's so important, because I can be able to literally, I coach, like I said, I coach a lot of people, and people are always asking me, and that's why I don't take every person, you know what I'm saying, who wants me to coach them, because one of the main things that I ask them is like, what is your day looking like? What are you doing with your 24 hours? And I guarantee you guys, if you tell me how your 24 hours are laid out, I can definitely tell you if you're going to be successful or not. Straight up. My life didn't change until I changed my 24 hours. When I spent all of my time on, you know what I'm saying, chasing money and not creating a system to create wealth for myself and for my family, my life was different. When I was chasing the money and traveling all across the country like a chicken with his head cut off, and not really focused in on the time, the energy, and making sure that I have everything that I need to be great, then I was just running, right, like a rat race. And I just got tired of that rat race. Just like some of you guys might have a 9-to-5, might even have a business, or you work for somebody and you want to get out of that rat race. And one of the things that's going to help you get out of that rat race is just evaluating your time and looking at how time can be used as a tool. A lot of times people ask me, like, Malcolm, how are you able to write books? How are you able to create art? How are you able to travel and do all these different things? And my answer is always is that I'm very aware of my time. I'm very aware of my time. Like, I don't necessarily only put schedule my time out in my phone. Like, one of the tools that I do, and that's something we're going to be talking about with the Art of Success Sundays, and I got an incredible announcement to make this Sunday, is I create a whole schedule. I mean, most people have calendars, right? But I print out a full calendar for the next 6 months or for the next year, and I slowly build. I work backwards. Most people work forward. They say, okay, for the next 6 months, this is what I want to be able to do. But what I do is I write down my goals, and I write down the things that I want to be able to do. I want to go on vacation around this time. I want to spend time with my family around this time. Or I want to be creating art around this time. Or I want to be in Las Vegas around this time. And I'll create the things that I want to do in my life, and then I'll work backwards. I'll kind of create my schedule of, okay, well, you want to do this around this time, so why don't you do this, you know what I'm saying, before time, so you have the financing to be able to do what you want to be able to do. So I'm constantly always working backwards, and that's one of the things, that's one of my keys of my success, is use time, you know what I'm saying. I outwork, that's what I do. I outwork everybody. While everybody is spending their time on creating or focusing in on doing one painting or focusing on writing one book, you know what I'm saying, I'll do multiple different things. That's one of my gifts. I like to be able to multitask. I'll work on about 4 or 5 different projects at one time. Some projects aren't necessarily built around finishing at that moment in time. Some projects are just still like in the early stages of it, where I'm just doing research, you know what I'm saying, and making sure that this is something that I can be able to bring into my system. So, you know, this is where this time thing, you know, you have to allow yourself the right time to be able to do things that you want to be able to do in life. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and slow down. a little bit on talking, because you know I can talk, but I'm gonna also give you guys an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, if you want to ask questions. Octavia Smith, Erica Ray Thomas, you know what I'm saying, Danny Roach, Robert, Kaufman, anybody out there that's inside the chat room that's watching this live, you got any questions, this is your time. Very few times I'm opening up for questions, right? But this is your time to be able to ask questions. And if you don't want to ask them questions, it's all good as well, right? This is just a laid back kind of like talk. But what I want to do is invite you guys, definitely make sure you join us on Sunday. The Art of Success Sundays is going down at 2 p.m., you know what I'm saying, Central Standard Time. I got a special announcement I'm going to make this weekend it's going to be incredible. So all you guys, I just want you guys to be able to tune in, definitely share it, because, you know, this whole thing is just giving you guys the tools to be able to help you become more successful in life, right? I mean, I ain't going to tell y'all how much money I spent. I've literally spent thousands of dollars running across the country, going to gurus, going to boot camps, going to trainings, going to my gurus, going to my mentors, and paying money to be able to learn these different techniques, these different tools. Because one of the things that I realized a long time ago is, if it saves me time, it saves me money, and I don't mind spending money for going for training, or to find gurus or other people who can be able to help me grow as an individual. Because see, this is the difference between individuals who are successful and people who are not successful. People who are successful look at assets and liabilities. So for me, spending thousands of dollars to go learn from somebody, right, is an asset for me, right? That's not a liability. That's something that once I learn this information, I can be able to take this information to the next level. Once I learn and I be able to use these different tools, and not necessarily always when you're learning, sometimes people get so caught up on learning the physical thing, like doing the physical work. I teach a lot of airbrush classes, and a lot of times people get so wrapped up in trying to learn how to do airbrushing, the technical, using their hands, and the physical that goes into it, that they don't really do this. They don't really use their mind, right? So a lot of times what you have to do is you have to build your mind. You have to build your mentality. You have to build your subconscious, because some of us have been carrying bad habits. We have been carrying baggage with us for a long time in our lives, and we're going through this cycle where we're finding ourselves going through the same cycle over and over. They call it insanity when you're going through the same thing over and over, expecting different situations or expecting different expectations. So, you know, you want to be able to pull yourself out of that insane cycle, right? And let me tell you, it's some of the hardest things that you're going to have to do. It's one of the hardest things that you're going to have to do is to reprogram your subconscious. You know what I mean? Because we're walking around having these internal conversations with ourselves, and those internal conversations aren't us. That's not necessarily you. That can be some news that you had just watched when you woke up and you watched the 9 o'clock news, you know what I mean, the 9 a.m. news, or it could be before you went to sleep, you watched the news, and your subconscious is programmed to have fear and have doubt, right? So you have to constantly be pushing yourself to reprogram your mind. And one of the things that we're going to be doing, I'm not going to release it right now, it's a little too early, but one of the things that we're going to be doing in the near future is creating incredible environments, creating incredible tools that's going to help you guys reprogram your subconscious, because it's so important. I mean, I do a lot of coaching. I have a lot of coaching clients, and one of the things that I have to break down is their subconscious, because they're coming into this training with a sense of fear. They're coming into this training with a sense of doubt, or they might be around the wrong people who are, you know what I'm saying, pushing off these negative vibes, right? So a lot of times what we have to do is we have to constantly go back to the source. We have to constantly ask ourselves in the morning, ask ourselves throughout our day. One of the things that I do, and one of the things that I've did since my earliest career, is I ask myself throughout the day, Malcolm, how do you feel? Right? How do you feel? Why is that important? Because how you feel is giving you a small look, with inside of your overall bigger picture. How you feel as an individual, how you feel as an entrepreneur, how you feel as a visionary, how you feel on your journey, on your quest to greatness is just as important as the end result, because how you feel is built around or if you want to be able to have the momentum to keep pushing. So ask yourself throughout your day. This is one of my tools of success, the art of success. Make sure you tune in 2 p.m. On Sunday. But one of the tools that we're going to be talking about is how do you be able to make sure and how do you gauge if your success level is where it needs to be. And one of the main things that I do in my life is I ask myself, Malcolm, how do you feel? How do you feel today? How do you feel about this specific project? And I be honest with myself, because that lets me know a lot of times I dig deep within inside myself. I have to listen to the inner Malcolm. I have to listen to the inner spirit. I have to listen to the inner consciousness, right? And one of the things that I do in my life to be able to make sure that I'm on the right track when I focus in on my dreams and my ambitions, and when I put on my shield to be able to go out into this world and fight, is I consistently ask myself, how do you feel? Because that kind of lets me know, Malcolm, you ain't feeling motivated right now, or Malcolm, you ain't feeling happy right now, or Malcolm, you don't feel like creating right now. And that gives me the opportunity to ask myself, why am I feeling a certain way? Because when you ask yourself why, then you can start working on a process to be able to fix the reasons why you're feeling in the slump, the reasons why you're feeling unmotivated, the reasons why you're feeling, you know what I'm saying, you need to have your passion ignited. You know what I mean? So ask yourself, spend some time to be able to slow down, be a little bit patient with yourself. Because it's so easy to be so impatient with ourselves. It's so easy to just, you know what I'm saying, down ourselves or push ourselves to say, hey man, you know what I'm saying, I need to be doing this, or I need to be doing that, or this person is doing that, why am I not doing that? It's so easy for us to be able to look on the other side of that hill, on that other side of somebody else's lawn, and their lawn looks greener, right? Their lawn looks better, and you put this pressure and you put all this intensity on yourself instead of being patient, instead of saying, you know what, I've been working on myself for 20 years. Let me be patient with myself. Let me work through this process, because I can't change within 24 hours. I can't change within 36 hours. I can't change within 72 hours. When we're talking about 10 steps to transform your life, see, motivationally speaking, that's not transformation. It's good for me to be able to make you feel good, but it's important for you to be able to use these tools to transform your life. And we're going to be talking about that this Sunday, the Art of Success Sundays, 2 p.m. Join me right here, Facebook Live, right here, you know what I'm saying? Find me, tag somebody who needs to be able to hear this message. Because, listen, every day, I turn on the news, I watch the news, I watch TV, and I know as me, I have to wear blinders. I have to literally wear blinders to be able to stop my subconscious from absorbing all of this negative stuff in the media, right? So take your time. It's somebody out there just like you. Find a friend. Find somebody. What I call them is, I call them an accountability partner. Somebody who can make sure that you stand on track. Somebody who can be able to make sure that you're on the right focus. And what happens is, you and this individual, you guys build a bond, right? And you depend on each other to push yourself forward. Let me tell you something. Right now where I'm at, I'm around a lot of creatives. I'm around a lot of dreamers. I'm around a lot of people who say that they want it, but a lot of people, they don't really do the tool, they don't really do the actions, they don't really have the tools to be able to push themselves to their greatness, right? So there's a lot of meetings. I hate meetings. Anybody that know me know I hate meetings. So I spend a lot of time dealing with people or who are in meetings who are wrapped up into their subconscious, and they're stopping themselves from being successful. They're stopping themselves from growing in life. They're stopping themselves. They're actually putting, you know what I'm saying, what do you call it? Obstacles in their road to slow their own momentum, right? And you want to be making sure that you're not one of those people. You want to be able to make sure that you're doing great things in your life and you're not putting pressure on yourself. The pressure is what breaks the pipes. The pressure is what stops people from being greatness, because they're always subconsciously thinking if they're good enough, right? And we don't want you to be one of them type of people. So what we want you to do is use the rest of this week to take your time, Be patient with yourself. Understanding that you was not brought into this world perfect. Understanding that even if you was brought into this world perfect, you then got years of baggage, years of bad habits, years of being around unproductive people that has created bad habits within inside yourself. Now, sometimes you have to blame yourself. Most of the times you got to blame yourself. But at the same time, in the society that we live right nowadays, I want to say it's not your fault. I want to let you know that. I want to let you off the hook on this one, right? It's not your fault, because a lot of times we didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from a perspective of, you know what I'm saying, not negativity, but from a perspective of not having the right knowledge. Ignorance, right? We're coming from a perspective of ignorance, and ignorance is not necessarily like, oh, you stupid, retarded, you dumb, but ignorance is just not knowing better, right? You can always forgive somebody if they don't know better. If somebody says something disrespectful, if somebody says something degrading to you, and you realize that this person comes from an environment where their family, they might have been brought up in that kind of environment, their lifestyle might have been brought up into that environment, you can kind of get that person a pass, right? Because you understand that it's ignorance, right? You understand that this person doesn't know any better. So give yourself a pass every once in a while. Let yourself know that, hey man, this is going to be a journey. This is not going to be built around a marathon. This is not going to be built around an end result that's going to happen tomorrow. This is going to be built around a continuous journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm 36. This is 36 of my life, 36 of my years, hard years of greatness, of going through a whole lot of trials and tribulations, of messing up a whole lot of stuff, of making a lot of big mistakes in my life, because I had to realize a long time ago that, hey man, we come into this life and we always are growing and we always are building. And if I put this pressure on myself, if I constantly beat myself down every day, if I constantly put myself in a predicament where I'm not allowing myself to grow and I'm not allowing myself to be able to experience new things, then, you know what I'm saying, one part of that is on me, but another part of that is built around my subconscious. And you have to use every day, you have to use every moment to reprogram your subconscious, because it's a lot of times it's not your fault. You might have grew up in an environment that just pushed hate. You might have grew up in an environment where everybody gave up. Nobody graduated from college. Nobody graduated from high school, right? So you might have grew up in that environment. So your whole perspective is built around giving up, right? So I want to let you know that that's not your fault. Don't wear that on your shoulders. Don't wear that on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Push forward. Know that you got greatness within inside you. Know that who you are today does not make you make your future. Who you are today and the mistakes you even made in the past does not make who you are to this day, right? So use these different tools in your life to build yourself. Understand that you come from greatness. Understand that you can do it. Understand that your dream can come through. Because let me tell you something, I had every excuse on why I wasn't supposed to be here to this day. Believe me, I had every excuse. You know what I'm saying? My mother died when I was a kid. I was homeless at a young age. You know what I'm saying? I had to fight for everything. I raised and had to be able to help my 5 brothers and sisters to be great. You know what I'm saying? I had a father that seen greatness within inside of me, you know what I'm saying, and pushed us for greatness in our lives, right? So there's no excuse for why you as an adult, as a human being, as an adult, you know what I mean, why you can't do it, right? We can use the past as a tool to push us forward, but we cannot use the past as an excuse for our greatness, right? So we got to constantly keep pushing forward. We got to want more. Let me tell you this, we got to expect more. Big up to Queen Joe Defoe in Fort Worth, Texas. We had a luncheon with her. It's been about 2 or 3 years when she made this quote to me and my father. We was talking about how all these great things are happening and how all these great things are, you know what I'm saying, being blessed in her life. And we asked her, we said, Joe Defoe, like, how all these things happen in your life? And Joe Defoe said something that I would never forget in my life. She said, Malcolm and Pops, I expected. Right? And when she said that she's expected, I had to stop and pause. Like, what you mean you expected? And she said, I expect greatness in my life. And when she said that, I had to stop. And I said, Malcolm, this is one of those learning tools. This is one of those learning times. And I had to say, you know what? I expect greatness from myself. I expect myself to be wealthy. I expect myself to be a successful entrepreneur. I expect myself to be able to sell over 1,000 pre-copies of my new book. I expect myself to be able to sell out tours and sell out auditoriums and venues all over the country. I expect that, because if you don't expect it, nobody else is going to be expected. If you don't accept your greatness, if you don't walk into your greatness, nobody else is going to accept your greatness. So expect greatness in your life. Expect good things. Come in every day, every morning that you wake up, breathe. This is what I do. I breathe in the morning, and I tell myself, Malcolm, you are great. Malcolm, stay focused. Malcolm, expect greatness out of today, right? Malcolm, expect great things to happen in your life. And I expect it, because if you don't expect it, you will not receive it, people. This is your boy, Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCrae. We just hollering, we just killing out. Paul Parker, what's up, man? Oh, Mike asked me about me again. Hey, Mike, tell Mike I said, what's up, Mike? You know what I'm saying? Tell Mike I said, make sure. Actually, we're going to tag Mike in this Facebook Live post. Tag him right now. You tag Mike right now, man. You tell Mike I said, what's up, man? And Paul, you keep on grinding, man. You stay focused. Big up to Silver Star Sergeant Uncle Silver. Hey, Uncle Silver, hey. Uncle Silver, hey. You know I'm going to be coming to Connecticut. We're going to be coming. We're going to be coming. The Art of Success tour is going to be coming to Connecticut. I'm the first one to put it out there. I expect to be coming to Connecticut. This is your boy Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCrae. For all my dreamers, all my entrepreneurs, all my musicians, all of my business savvy entrepreneurs who have a dream, have a vision, all my authors who have that book, I got something special for you. So tag somebody right now. If they wasn't able to listen to this, if they wasn't able to be a part of this Facebook Live, you tag them right now, because they need to hear this message. And you make sure that they tune in on Sunday. The Art of Success Sundays at 2 p.m. because I got an incredible message to be able to drop. It's going to be an incredible announcement, and it's going to be for visionaries just like yourself. So this is your boy Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCrae signing out. Tag somebody who needs to listen to this message. Tag somebody who needs to be able to watch the Art of Success Sundays, and you guys stay tuned. Thank you, family, for your continuous support. I love you. The Art of Success. This is your boy Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCrae. Go to my website right now, malcolmmccrae.com. Sign up for my free newsletter so you can be able to stay updated with the new tour and the different things we getting ready to drop. I got some incredible stuff I've been cooking up in this kitchen for y'all. It's your boy Malcolm Airbrush Assassin McCrae. I love y'all, family. Peace and love, to live, to create, to inspire. See you guys on Sunday. Peace.